Today we're going to talk about the endocrine system. The endocrine system is a second system of communication within our body paired up with the nervous system. Things in the nervous system tend to happen in a split second, whereas the endocrine system, its effects are slower to occur, and the endocrine system effects typically are long-term or maybe even permanent. We're going to find out that the endocrine system is made up of a series of glands, and these glands secrete various hormones which ultimately have a given effect on the cells that they interact with. All of the glands secrete hormones directly into the bloodstream. Now, we're made up of trillions of cells, and all of these cells are going to be inundated with blood. So it would make sense that all of the cells then are going to be inundated with hormones. But what if we don't want a particular hormone affecting a certain cell? We, for example, don't want to see our nose growing longer during our formative years when our bones are growing longer in the presence of the growth hormone that gets secreted by the pituitary gland. Well, what happens is each hormone is going to only interact with a certain cell and unlock the benefit of the hormone and cause some sort of a change in the cell. Okay, we call it the lock and key model. Each hormone is specific to a certain cell, or at least a certain cell at a given time in the life cycle, but all the cells are going to be exposed to the hormone. That again comes into play when we see something like growth hormone. Even though every cell in the body gets exposed to it, only muscles and the bones of the skeletal system, specifically the long bones of the skeletal system, are affected by the presence of this hormone. Now, in the endocrine system, we're going to come across several medical combining forms that you'll see in various forms with various prefixes and suffixes, but there are some very closely related combining forms that we have to be aware of. For example, adeno is a combining form that means gland. Okay, and that could be referring to any of the glands of the endocrine system. However, the combining form adreno or adreno specifically means the adrenal glands. And the adrenal glands are going to sit on top of the kidneys, and for one thing, they're going to secrete epinephrine, which we used to refer to epinephrine as adrenaline. And everybody's probably had something that really excited them. They might be driving down the road and somebody cuts them off in traffic, and you get home and you start discussing it with your wife, and you're like, gosh, that adrenaline just started flowing when that person cut me off in traffic. I was so mad. Well, adrenaline, epinephrine, gets secreted by the adrenal glands. The adrenal glands. They are going to sit on top of the kidneys. But again, it's something that we want to be aware of and make sure that we do not get it mixed up with adeno. But these are just a few of the things that we're going to uncover when we start going through the endocrine system. Again, it's another communication system associated with our systems of the body. It works hand in hand with the neurological system, the nervous system. But like I said, the nervous system, its effects are instantaneous, and oftentimes they last for very brief periods of time, whereas the endocrine system, its effects are slower to come about, but oftentimes they are long lasting, or they may produce results that are always with the person. So we're now going to study the endocrine system.